Welcome to part 2 of the Intro to Python lessons. Let's review what we have learned last time. Last time we learned how to create a single line comment and a multi-line comment. These comments are important for developers to understand the purpose of a certain line of code and the reasoning behind it so that other people can help you with the code or for you to have an organizational sense or to explain the code to someone else. In order to make a single line code comment, we need to use the hashtag key and type in the comment. But if we need to make a multi-line comment, we need to use either the triple apostrophe or the triple quotation marks. Today I'll be using the triple quotation marks, but both can be used whenever. Now, this is a Now, to end the comment, we need to use the same thing that we started. So if you use triple apostrophe, use the same thing here. Since I use the triple quotation marks, I will end it with 3 quotation marks. Now, just to show you that the comment does not affect the code or does not give an error message, let's run the file. When I run the file, I am presented with nothing because there is no code present in this file. Now let's talk about what the terminal does, the Python terminal. Quickly. Once we are launched into the Python terminal by opening a new terminal and typing in Python, we are now inside of the actual Python terminal. The Python terminal, or the shell, is a tool that immediately compiles or prints out the code that you have written. So in a case where you're writing actual programs, this is not the place to write it. You need to be able to write it on a doc and then execute the file, because every time you press enter, it will run the code most of the time, depending on how you have set it up. So let me explain what I mean by this. First of all, let's talk about the operations that the terminal is capable of doing. It can do simple operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Say, for example, I want to add 5 and 6, I get 11. Say, for example, I want to divide 5 and 6, I get the decimal value. Now, if we want to store one of these values in a variable, let's say x, you need to type in the variable that you want to store it in and follow it by an equal sign and then type in the number value. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to make x equals to 7. Now, that number 7 has been stored when you type in x. What's x? So if you type in x, you should be able to get the value 7 returned. Now, what if you want to add, subtract, multiply, or divide by x, or do all of this to x? In order to do that, type in x and the operation, let's say x plus 6, and you should get 13 in the case you did, because x plus 6 is 13 where x is 7. Now, what if you want to change that value? Let's say, for example, I want to change it to become 13. I can do this by two different ways in this case scenario. You can type in x equals 13, and if I type in x, I would get 13. But if I were to reset it to 7 again, I can also add 6 to x and make it equal to x. There are 2 ways to do that. I can say x is equal to x plus 6, changing the value of x to 13. So when I type it out, I get 13. Let me reset that. Or I can do x plus equals 6. All this is saying is that x is equal to x plus 6. This can be done with any operator that you've chosen. So we can also do x times equals for example, let's say we wanted to multiply x by 3 and make that the x value. Now if I type in x, I should get 39, and which I do. There are multiple types of operators that you can use in the shell, as I've explained. You have the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. If you want to use an exponential value, you will have to use the double star key. So for example, if I want to do 5 to the power of 2, I would need to do something like this. And that gets you 25. Now if I assign x is equal to 5, once again, and I say that x to the power equal to 2, this is essentially saying that x is equal to x to the power of 2, which means that x is now 25. So if I type in x, I should get 25, in which case I do. Let's talk about two other important operations. We have the modulus, which is represented by percent, and we have something called floor division, which looks like two division symbols. So what do modulus and floor division do? For example, if I wanted to divide 5 by 2, and I only wanted the remainder, which in this case would be 1, I would do 5 modulus 2. And if I were to execute this, I should get 1, in which case I do, because 5 goes into 2 times, and you're left with a remainder of 1. So modulus gets you the remainder in this case. Lastly, we have floor division. Floor division rounds the value of the division. So for example, if I were to do 5 divided by 2, I know that the value is 2.5. But if you do floor division, the value is rounded. When I say rounded, the value is truncated. This means that it does not return the decimal value, and it only returns the integer value in this case, which is 2, since the integer part of 2.5 is 2. That's all for this video. Make sure that you practice your different operations so you understand what each operator does. Also, understand the shorter notation in which you can change the value of a variable by using the operator and the equal sign.